video says.
Shut up.
Why are you so mean? Hey guys. Okay, how do I fix my camera, Ash?
What? Fix what?
This one?
Like, fix what?
Zoom.
You can't.
I can't zoom?
I don't think so.
That's unfortunate. Hey guys, so it's Vanessa Terry here, and this one's, it's the lighting. Cut the light on. Is the light on?
The light is on.
Oh, the light blue.
Wait. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's what happened. I said, why is it so like dark in here? One moment, guys. Now it's light in here. What's up? What's up? I know I didn't announce that I was coming on here, but I have some really quick news that I want to share with you guys. All right, and I have a
Yes.
Let's see. Hold on, guys. Let me make sure all these I'm like streaming on multiple devices right now, so bear with me 1 second. Trying to make it get the most bang for my buck at the same time, like stream at the same time.
So if you're gonna come,
so
you can online.
Hey, happy signing, guys. How are you guys doing? From Florida, we're coming to Florida. Thank you, thank you. You guys are awesome. All right, and let's fix this. Almost got it. I thought I had them all going at the same time, but I didn't. Kissimmee, Florida. Kissimmee. I hope I said that right. Kissimmee, Florida.
Probably either
PG County.
Well,
is that like Prince George County?
We'll send
Virginia. Like, are you near me? Hey.
Basically,
so
address and parking information.
There's a lot going on right now, and I'm trying to get everybody on the same stream. I have some news for you. Ooh, I don't like that. I have some news for you, and we're gonna do a giveaway.
Yes.
You guys not like giveaways, but it's more so about the news that I want to share with you guys.
So, the address is on the flyer.
Ashley's answering the phone, so let me give her a second. Oh, there's a Prince George County in Maryland. I think I did hear that. It's Prince George County in Maryland. All right, guys, give me 1 second. Let me get Facebook on here.
All right, have a great day.
Almost got it.
You too. Bye-bye.
Ashley, gonna say hi to everybody?
Hey.
We actually just left a business meeting, working on stuff for you guys.
Oops.
I did it that time. Okay, so a few things I wanted to tell you guys, but I'm trying to make sure that I have everything set up properly. It's not working. Why is it not working, Ash?
What's not working?
This.
What are you trying to do?
Put it live on here too.
Oh, I don't know how to use Facebook. I'm sorry.
Look at that. She's like, I don't know how to use Facebook.
No offense.
She doesn't like Facebook. Okay. So, I think I'm going to get it. Oh, I was using Stream Key. I don't even know what Stream Key is, but now I know. So we do have a giveaway that we're going to do in just a minute. So let me get. Oh, there it goes. All right. I can't see that camera though. All right. Let's see if I can get everybody's camera in at the same time. I think I can. That one looks really bright, but okay. And live. I think we got it covered. Possibly. Yay! Okay. All right, guys. So it's Vanessa Terry here with Notary to Notary. How are you guys doing? I am a loan signing agent, Tiffany. So, am I live? Live. It is. Okay, good. Awesome. I think, is it live on Facebook?
It look like it.
It has live. I think it's live. If it's not, I tried. I did my best.
Then why can't you see yourself?
I can down here.
Oh.
I just don't know how to make it bigger. Oh, there it is. There it is. Got it. Okay, guys. So Vanessa Terry here with Notary to Notary. Thank you guys for waiting and being patient with me. So, like I said, we are going to do a giveaway in a second. Oh, this camera is really in my face. Let's back up some. Ashley, you going to say hi?
Oh,
to Facebook. Oh, wait. Whoop, whoop. It's a lot going on. I think you're good like that.
Hey, they can't see me because of the sun.
I know. I like sunshine. Okay, so a few things, guys, I have to tell you guys, and I made notes. And we're going to do a giveaway. Boom, boom. So, we just got back from a meeting, which have really cool news for you guys that I'm super excited about. I wanted to tell you guys, like, some motivational things, because I've had a lot of students having issues. Okay. And so I went live I think like 2 or 3 days ago, and we were just talking about it wasn't on here, I think it was on Facebook. We were talking about how to be productive, how to use your time wisely, things like that. Just little helpful tips to help you be successful as a notary signing agent. And so the number one thing that I want to tell you guys is to put the work in. Okay, you have to put the work in. So I didn't just start off making 6 figures as a notary signing agent. That was not, I didn't come out the gate and say, oh, look, I'm making $10,000 a month, I'm making $20,000 a month. That's not the way it works. Okay, when I first started, I was making a couple $100s to like $1,000 or $2,000 a month when I first started. And that's because I didn't know everything. And so you guys, if you guys are in my training at notarytonotary.com, you have every single step that you need. Every single step in that training is everything that I have done, plus more. Okay, that's going to make you successful. And so, like I said, when I first started, I wasn't making 6 figures. Okay, I went through a lot of trial and error to get to where I am. And so I took all that and put it in the training, so that way you can follow those steps. And so there's some people that are students and people who are just on social media are saying, well, I've done this, why is this not working? First thing is first. First thing, when you get the training at notarytonotary.com and you go through the whole training, some people just go through the whole training, like, okay, I did it all, I'm done, now what? You can't do that. Okay, the training is set up to have steps. It's steps that you follow. You have to follow the steps. So if it says, okay, Google business page, you have to set that up. You can't just read about it and go through the next step. You have to actually do it. Okay. There are different steps in the training that will walk you through how to be successful. If you skip steps, it's not going to work. Okay. You have to follow the steps. You follow the steps, it works. You don't follow the steps, you're not going to make 6 figures. Can you still be successful? Yes. It just depends on how much money do you want to make. And I'm asking you this. How much money do you guys want to make a month? I'll wait. Let's see what they say. What is your goal, target? How much money do you want to make as a notary a month? What is your goal? 15,000. I'm reading all the comments. Hold on. 8,000. I have to scroll. 5,000, 15,000, 7,000, 10K and up, 20K, 5,000 part-time, 17,000, 5,000 to 7,000 for now. I will be happy with 6,000, 21,000. That's good. 2,000, 5,000, 5,000. I don't see you, Facebook. How much money do you guys, what's your goal? How much money do you want to make a month? 15,000. Unlimited. I like that answer. That's pretty cool. I'd be happy with 17,000. Enough to quit my job is about 7,000. So it's getting about the same. 3,000. So I'm pretty much seeing like between 5,000 and 15,000 is the range. With what I'm starting, 500 for now. 500. I think you meant to put 5,000, right? I mean, you can do 500. That's fine too. Oh, good. Send me an email. So that way I can connect with you on the marketing. 5,000. Okay. It's okay. You can start wherever you need to start. This is how much do I need to make to be your man? You guys are silly. Okay, so you guys all have goals. So let me say this, okay? The system works. I know you guys watch my videos and you see my students, but even if you just do regular YouTube searches of other successful videos, you see the emails. I mean, the videos, people who are making 15, 20, 30,000 dollars a month as a notary signing agent. It's not just my students, like people across the nation. She's married. He's so silly. People across the nation are doing this, okay? But I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to happen if you are not putting in that work. Okay, I see 50K. 50K. I like 50K. That sounds good. And so I'm actually a video that I'm going to put out on Facebook, not on Facebook, on YouTube in a minute. But basically breaking down, a lot of students, they don't really understand how much you can make and how that works. So let's say the average signing is $100, right? I always just put that as a base. Can you get more? Yes. Between $100 and $200 is the average, but I always just say 100 because I start on the low end and bring you up high. So worst case scenario, $100, right? So if you're doing $100 per signing, so what was it, like 2 days ago? I had 9 signings, right? I made a little over $900 a day because all of my signings are not $100, so then pay more. So I made a little bit over $900 that day, and that was with 9 signings. But I say on average, I do between 5 and 10 a day, right? So if I'm doing 10 a day at $100, just say I'm doing 10 a day at $100, right? That's $1,000 that I've made for the day, and that's $5,000 for the week, and that's $20,000 for the month. I forgot to put this on silent. Hold on, guys. That's $20,000 for the month. Okay. And the great thing about it is you don't have to do 10 signings a day. You don't have to do that. Some people don't need 20K. Some people in here are saying they just want 5. They just want 3. Be notarized, so she just wants $500. Okay. So if you don't have to do that many. If you just want to make like your 3 and your 5K and your 4K, 3 to 5K, look how easy that's 1 week's worth of work. Even if you don't, like, say you say, I don't want to work all day. I don't want to work all day doing, closings all day. I want to do 2 a day. That can, if you just do 2 a day, that's $200 a day. That's 2, 4, 6. Okay, 10. That's $1,000 for the week, $4,000 for the month. There you go. Easy peasy. Now you made your goal doing 2 closings a day, right? Can you put the links in there for me, hon?
Which ones?
Instagram and Notary to Notary. I mean, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook.
I can't do Instagram. I don't know if I can do Facebook, but I definitely can do YouTube.
All right, hold on, because I'm going to make sure you guys have these links. I should have pinned them on there to start with, and then we'll keep going. So the training is at notarytonotary.com. So it's notary, number 2, notary. He said, I changed my mind. I want to do 5K. That's fine. Notarytonotary.com. And we are running a special right now. It ends on Sunday. If you use promo code Last Chance on the Notary Signing Agent or the All-Inclusive, you get a discount on that.
I got Facebook and YouTube.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's why I have to do Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pin. I forgot you told me that. Pin. Okay. I can't pin on Instagram, but she's going to get it for me.
No, Instagram, just press and hold it.
What?
I can't pin it for you. You have to do it yourself.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay, so my point is, you guys already said how much you want. I like that 50K though. That 50K sounds really nice. But so even we just do, and that's if I'm doing them for $100. Like all my signs are not $100. I had a reverse mortgage on Thursday that paid $175. So they all vary based on the kind of closing that you do. So for me, I don't do closings under $100. So for me, I start at 100 and go up. But you don't have to do that, especially when you're first getting started. If you want to take on the low jobs in the beginning just to get some experience, you can do that. But me personally, I start 100 and go up. I don't do anything under $100. And then I also do general notary work too. So general notary work is when people just call you locally for like power of attorneys, wills, DMV forms, things like that. So I do those as well. And those for me usually start $50 and up as far as what I charge to go out. Now, when you're doing general notary work, what you charge is going to vary by your state as far as what you're allowed to charge. So some states say you can only charge this amount per seal and then whatever you want to charge for travel. Some states limit what you can charge for travel. So it's important to read your handbook so that you know, okay? So anyway, and then I do some e-notary work as well. I do e-notary for myself. In the training, the e-notary training, I give you guys platforms that you can use to work from home as an e-notary. So I do e-notary, but I don't work for the major platforms. I just do it for myself and my own personal clients. But you can do both. I used to do them for them as well, but I just don't. Doing it for myself, I get more money. And so I just like it. It's the same thing like signing companies and title companies. So when you take on loan signings for a signing service, you're going to get less money than if you go directly to a title company or an attorney, right? Same concept with e-notary. So even though e-notary is great and there's plenty of business, it's safe to work with those platforms, you definitely make more money doing it by yourself, but you have to be able to market and get those clients if you're going to go that route. Cool. So, I mean, you guys all put how much money you want to make on your chart. So then it's like, okay, where do I go from here? How do I get from point A to point B? You have how much money you want to make a month, right? Then break that down backwards. So like Shelly, you said $5,000, $5,000 a month. How many signings do you have to do a week to get there? Do you want to work all day like I do? You want to work the first 2 weeks? Do you want to work on weekends? What does your schedule look like? And then set goals to get there, okay? So it's very doable. It's not hard, guys. It's a process. It's a system. I'm going to get your questions in a second, okay? But it's not hard. It's a system. You follow a system, it works, okay? So if you take the training, a lot of people, and some people, they take the training and, you know, you register for the training, but you don't do the training. You have to actually go through the course. You have to implement the steps. Okay, I am here to help you. It is not hard. It's just a system. Take the training. I am going to help you. There aren't really, the only month I will ever say is kind of slow is December. And that's just around holidays like Christmas and stuff. But it's really not slow. I mean, it's always consistent work. Especially when the weather gets bad. When the weather gets bad, it's one of the perks. You can either stay home or you can go out and get the money because all the other notary signers are going to stay home. So it's up to you. Like if you can thrive in snow, like here in Virginia, I don't know where you guys are, but in Virginia, when it snows here, they shut everything down. It could be like the little tiniest little glaze. Everything's closed. Shut it down. Everyone goes home and terrified. I'm from New York. I can drive in the snow. So I'll still go out and I will still do all the closings and I'll just make a killing. But if you know how to deal with those weather conditions, or if you're not afraid of the rain, people are like, oh, it's raining all this week. I don't like the rain. I'm not going to go out. It's storming. If you're not afraid of the rain, you can make a killing on days like that too. So it just depends on, you can drive in the snow too. Good. I don't know. It's a certain states. As soon as it snows, it just shuts everything down. It's like, whoop, that's it. So stuff like that. I remember it was maybe been 2 years ago. We had a snow in Virginia. Was it 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years when we had that big snow, or 2 or 3 years ago. And I had made like $1,500 in one day. And that's because everybody was canceling their closings. And so I didn't have to work as much, but I could charge more. Why? Because when signing companies, the title companies need you in a bind, they're willing to pay whatever it needs to get it done. So that same closing that may have been $100, now I can charge you $300 for it. Why? Your notary canceled. It's snowing outside, and they're like, "Oh, it's snow. It's bad weather. Can you please do this for me?" Sure, $300. I do it for you, no problem at all. And for me, I don't mind driving the snow. It's not a big deal. I can do it. It's okay. Things like that. So there's certain times where you can definitely how I say this, you can definitely make more than the average closing. And it's usually when people cancel or things like that. Okay, so I'm trying to make sure I don't miss you guys' comments. There's a lot of comments, guys. So just bear with me. I'm trying to keep up with what you guys are saying. So to get started in the training, guys, I'm going to keep going, but I want to get you guys to ask a lot of questions on how to do the training. The training is at notarytonotary.com. So it's notarytonotary.com. And we're running a promotion that ends on Sunday. And this is the last promotion for the year. I try to do discounts every once in a while for you guys. And so it's last chance, as one word, last chance, that you can use on the notary signing agent bundle. That's $479 normally. Takes off $99. And then the notary signing agent training bundle, which is $249. If you're going to do the e-notary training, check with your state and make sure your state allows for e-notarizations. A lot of them do. I don't recommend, okay. Give me a second. Make sure I choose my words right. But the e-notary training is $149. The promo code is last chance 1 for that one. Sorry, guys, my phone keeps ringing. Bear with me. So anywho, so the promos should be all pinned, I think. So if you guys need to see it, it should be pinned there. Okay, but yeah, so like I said, when I got started, I wasn't making the $20,000. I wasn't making the $20,000 a month that I made later. I was making a couple hundred, 1,000, maybe 2,000 a month because first of all, I didn't know. I didn't have the tools to be successful. And then I wasn't invested into building it to where I knew it could be. Because when we first find out about notaries, we don't know that they can make this much money. You think, okay, what do you think of us as a notary? You think, oh, you work at a bank, or you work for your employer, or you do these different things, but you don't think of it in terms of being your own business and making six figures from it, right? And so I didn't take it as seriously initially until I started seeing that money coming in and consistently seeing it. I was like, okay, hold on here. And I started doing the math. And I said, if I do 5 a day, that's like $500-$600 in a day. Okay, I think I like this. So it just grew from there. Definitely grew from there. And I love what I do. And I will tell this all the time. I love what I do because I can make my own schedule. I literally get appointments. I'm on my phone on my Instagram here, so I can't show you, but I literally get appointments to my phone all day throughout the day. And I accept the ones I want and decline the ones I don't. And if they call me, I accept the ones I want, decline the ones I don't. And that's the way I build my schedule. And I just literally look at my schedule and say, what do I want to work? Okay. If I say, you know what, Thursday, I think I'm going to go to a massage. I think I might, get a massage, get my hair done, might go do something. I'm not going to work Thursday morning. I'll just get one like in the evening. Or I may say, I think I'm going to go on vacation. I'm not going to work this week. I don't have to call anybody. I don't have to get approval. And that's one thing that I hated working when I had jobs. I hated calling out. That was like the worst for me. Does anybody else hate calling out of work? It's like when you call, she's like, I'm actually like, I don't like calling out of work.
I'll call out
Anyway, I hated calling out of work because when you call, they give you a hard time. It's like they pressure you. It's like I already have to call out, and then it's like this moment of like, ugh. You have to figure out what's my excuse, and then it's like, okay. And sometimes you really don't have a valid reason. You really just don't feel well. Like you're not sick, but you just don't feel well. And employers don't get that. Like Google, I think, started doing days like that because people know you need some time to socially take care of you. And so there's some days we just don't feel like going to work, but you can't just call it and say, hey, I don't feel like working today. I'm just, my mood is off. I need to meditate, get my Zen right. You can't say that, right? You can barely call out if your kids have a soccer game or a dance recital. You can barely do that. And so for me, that was one of the major keys. Like when my first child was born, I said, I don't want to miss her things. I always said that I want to be able to go. I need that flexibility. And now I can. If I have something that they need to do, or if I just want to spend time with them, if I want to do whatever I want to do, I can do that because I make my own schedule. I'm not penalized for not working. I don't have to call a mental day. Yes, sometimes you get a mental day. I don't have to call anybody. I don't have to say, hey, I need some time off. I don't have to do that. I literally am my own boss. And this industry does not penalize you for not accepting signings. You are not penalized for that. And that's the best part. I love that about that, right? Yeah, a lot of questions. I'm gonna get you guys just a second. I love the flexibility and I love the money and I love meeting people. Okay. I love to be on the move and just like having different situations, different interactions with so many different people. And that's one thing and it's easy. I know when you guys first start off, you feel like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. It's so hard. But I guarantee you, anyone in these chats right now have done like over 5 closes and they feel like they're comfortable. Like it's not as hard as you thought it was. It's not like we're so afraid to get started. But once you start doing it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so simple. Like I can do closes with my eyes closed now. Like and other people are always so like mind boggled when I say I do a close in like 15 minutes, 15, 30 minutes, I'm out of there. 15 to 20 is my average. If I'm in there for 30 minutes, it's okay. I can deal with that, but not more than 30. So and that's why I love it. I can get you just completed 5 closings. Yes. And it's like once you start and you really get going, it's not as hard as we think it is. Okay. It's really not as hard as we think it is. You're just scared. I know. But once you have to just bite that bullet and go do it. What did you say? $500 or $5,000 is behind your fear. So you have to, the fear is there, then it's your $5,000. So you can't be afraid. If you want to hit these goals that you guys are talking about, this 20K, this 50K, this 10K, you're going to have to hit these goals. You're going to have to get rid of the fear and go for it. That's what you're going to have to do. Okay. All right. Let me hit some of your questions and then we're going to go into the giveaway. So I'm really excited. We have we have a training coming up in Florida. So we do the trainings. So it's two things that we do essentially. Well, it's three things we do essentially. There's the in-person conferences, whereas it's in-person and virtual tickets available. Virtual is $50, in-person is $100. And those are the conferences you probably seen on our social media where we go to different states and we train. Okay, so 1 day training is 4 hours and we train you on how to build your business. We go over general notary work, loan closings, and e-notary because there's 3 tiers to your notary business that you can do. You can do all 3, or you can just do 1, or you can do 2. It's completely up to you. So there's 3 tiers. You can build with general notary work, which is like your local community calling you for like loan closings, power of attorneys, wills, things like that. Then there's loan closings, which is real estate transactions, right? And then there's e-notary, where you're working online. You're working on your computer, like online, completing remote online notarizations, okay? Also called RONs, right? So there's 3 tiers to your business, okay, that you can do. I don't even do, like I said, I do e-notary, but not as much. And I'm telling you, my last e-notary, I think I told you guys, my last e-notary, I love him. He's my favorite client ever. And the reason why is because I think we were doing a few pages. I charged him $275. Took me all of like 20 minutes, if that. I had like 10 minutes to get it done. And he tipped me and gave me $400. And every time I do closings for him, he just gives me $400. 10 minutes. Love it. But that's what happens when you build relationships with people, okay? You never know who you're going to get. Because when you're doing e-notary, you're getting people all over the world who are Americans, who have, ID citizens. But they could be anywhere. They could be in the military. They could be anywhere, But they need documents notarized, especially when it's for real estate. It's really cool. Anywho, so we do the conferences, and that's at notarytonotary.com to register for the conferences. That's where we give away the printer. We give away the dual trade LaserJet printer to one person that's at the conference. We also do gift cards. We do food. We do lots of training. Okay, lots of training. Then we have the I drew a blank. I was reading comments and it kind of threw me off. Then we have the program. Sorry, the online training program. So you have the bundle. The all-inclusive gives you everything. So it's the e-notary, notary signing agent, and tax and financial management, guys. And that's one thing that's really important. I get a lot of questions about how to set up an LLC, how to do the EIN, do I S Corp, what's deductible? All that's in the training. Because if you're just trying to make a couple $100 here and there, you're fine. But if you're really trying to make 6 figures, 100,000, 200,000, you're trying to get up there in those numbers, your taxes are going to be different, okay? That's just something you get. What my accountant says, he says, you can make all the money, but you can't keep it. Okay, you can't keep all of it. So you can make all the money, but you can't keep all the money. So you got to pay taxes, okay? And your tax situation is going to be different because you're going to be a business owner. You're either going to be a sole proprietor or you're going to be an LLC, okay? And there's different ways that you file your taxes, okay? And it can get confusing if you've never owned a business before, okay? And so that training is there for you. And if you're just doing it as a part-time, only making a couple $100 or even like $1,000, $2,000 a month, you're probably not going to move into another tax bracket because you can write off a lot of deductions with that to keep your income, at a decent amount where you're not paying a huge amount of taxes. But if you're really serious about becoming a 6-figure earner, you really need to understand how to do your taxes when that time comes, which is coming up, right? Because we're about to be in November. It's coming around in January, guys. Okay. So that training is on there. So it's e-notary, tax and financial management, and then notary signing training. Well, notary training, which has everything in there as far as general notary work and notary signing agent training. Okay. That's at notarytonotary.com, and that's what you use those promo codes on. So the promo code is last chance for the notary trainings, and then last chance 1 for my accountant is in the tax course. I put his information in. I also sent it out. It's on our social media platforms. You need his contact information. It's Derek Hall, but I don't remember his phone number or his email off the top of my head. But I know it's in the course. If you're in the tax course, you can get his information. He does do taxes nationwide. He is amazing. Love him. And I'm like, it's funny because sometimes I send an email like, I think I messed up this month. Because sometimes it's tongue-tied. Helpful tip, guys, if you're going to set up an LLC and you're going to do a business checking account, only use that checking card that you have for your business expenses. So income in there and business expenses. And sometimes I'll swipe it for things that's not business related. And I have to remind myself, take that out. put this cash back in. I got to move it around because I forgot to use the right card. And so, but it's a way to keep track of your finances more effectively. And so he works with me though. So, all right, I'm gonna hit your questions in a second. And then we do have the coaching, the one-on-one coaching, but I recommend doing the training first because the coaching is really good for notaries who are already working, but they don't have that 6-figure income. So if you're a notary signing agent, you're doing loan closings, but you're only doing like 1 or 2 a day, and you're like, how can I get up to the 5 to 10 a day? What am I missing? I would do the coaching. Or if you've done the training already and you still haven't figured out how to get loan closings yet, I would do the coaching. Because what the coaching is, I'm going to look at what you've done and I'm going to tell you what you're missing. Okay. It's an algorithm. It's an algorithm. It's an equation. It's a system. Okay. It's certain pieces that need to be in place. When those pieces are in place, you will be successful. If you're not successful, you're missing pieces. Simply put, okay? And I can look at what you've done, and I do it all the time. I have plenty of coaching students that you look at my social media platforms, they'll tell you, okay, I took her coaching, she helped me, now I'm here. It's not hard, guys. I mean, I tell you, it's a system. If you're doing it and you're not successful, there's a reason why. It's not just, unless the only time that it would ever be you're doing everything and you're not successful is if you live like in Alaska. And I say that because I've never been to Alaska, but I would think Alaska probably doesn't have a lot of houses, but I could be wrong. What was that state? Wyoming, I think, has the least amount of people in it. So if you live like in a very rural area where there's like a house every mile, like a really country or a place where there's no people, well then of course, because you need people to do loan closings, right? So if you live in a very like a desert place, you won't be successful. Well, you can, but that's the only time I can say, well, it's probably not you. If you live somewhere, there's houses, there's people, there's, city, there's stuff going on, then there's something that you're missing. Okay. Okay. So let me hit some questions really quick. Okay. So I know, and then we're going to do our giveaway. Can I go right into loan signing once you start, or do you do general notary work first? You can do both. So this is what I usually tell my students. I say that while you're waiting for so when you first get started, there's some steps you have to do to really build your loan closing business. So while you're waiting for loan closings to be built, you can focus on general notary work. And so I'll show you how to do that. But that's what I say until you get everything in place for your loan closing business. Okay. Do you have to do the 7 NSA background? Yeah. Well, the NSA's, it's kind of complicated, but I'll explain to you in the training. But yes, it's definitely recommended to help you get the most business. Okay. All right. Let me see what I missed here. Ashley.
Yes.
Do you have questions? Can you see? She helps me with the questions when I
Well, I don't know.
Why doesn't the NNA give out certificates anymore? I don't know, but you just use the link. So most loan companies know now that they don't do it, and so they just ask you for the link, or they'll verify it themselves through SnapDocs. Let's see. What did you do before you became an NSA? Before I became an NSA, I had a lot of jobs. I worked in a hospital as like an office assistant, like a medical record. I did medical records. I did a lot of like restaurant jobs. I was a GM for Qdoba. Shout out to Qdoba. I started a nonprofit that I still run now. Before I did this, I did a few things. But it wasn't until I had my daughter that I said, okay, I want to be able to be with her, that I said, okay, I need to find something that was flexible. And I said, I don't want to sell Avon and Mary Kay. What else can I do? I did a Google search and I found it. Yeah, no excuses, guys. You can definitely do it. It's not hard. It's just a system. Follow the system and it will work. Okay. There are still tickets for the Orlando conference. I think so there's unlimited virtual tickets. How many do we have left for Orlando?
18 now.
We have 18 in-person tickets for the Orlando conference. So if you want to get to the Orlando conference, it's 18. And then the one for Richmond, Virginia, we have a few. Looks like 30. What does that say?
Yeah.
30. So there's still some more seats for the Richmond in person. And actually, Texas has been filling up a little bit too. So if you're in Texas, I will get those tickets soon. Texas is really focused on getting there. We are working on adding more states to the conference list. But so right now we have Florida, Richmond, Texas, and January, California in February, Maryland in March, New Jersey in April, and then I'm speaking at the National Notary Association's annual conference in May. And so we're going to skip May because I'll be there, and then we'll do June after that. But we don't have anything after June yet. So that will be when we add more classes. The tax course comes in that bundle, the all-inclusive bundle on that website, or you can buy it by itself. Okay, I think, oh no, I thought I got all the questions. I didn't. Okay, hold on. Should you pay to be on platforms? No, not for notary signing agent platforms. So I don't pay for signing companies. You got to be careful too as a notary, guys, because there's a lot of scammers out there, a lot. And so I get lots of emails from my students that send me emails and say, what about this company, what this email? And I will tell them, don't do this, don't do this, because there's a lot of scammers out there, okay? Are receipts of trainings located in the student portal? You're going to get an email. You should get an email receipt after you buy the training. But you may be able to find it in your portal too, but you should get a receipt after you buy the training as well. Or if you need it and you don't see it, just let me know. Wait, can
you answer this question? She keeps asking it.
What
do you use for scheduling and canceling appointments?
So when you need to, okay, so I put all of my appointments in my Google Calendar. But when you're actually getting appointments, it goes through the different signing companies, whatever platform they use. If you need to cancel an appointment, you need to contact that platform directly and cancel the appointment. I just put all of my appointments in my Google Calendar. How do you get general notary work? Are you signed with the same company that you're doing loan signings? So all of that is in the training. There's lots of ways to get general notary work, and there's lots of companies to sign up for loan signings. There's tons of them that are free. How do you grow your business to having an office? What do you mean? I grew it and then I got an office. I don't know. I just grew it. I just started doing more loan closings. And I've been a notary signing agent for 7 years. Notarizing documents for minors. Does the parent sign their name or the minors? It depends on what your state allows. Every state is different as far as, especially when it comes to how minors are supposed to sign their documents. We're coming to Houston, Texas, and I'm really excited because I wear my cowboy boots and my cowboy hat. I think that's it. I decided. I know it's a touristy thing to do. I get that, but I need that for myself. So if you get the virtual tickets, you do get a replay link. Okay, so the virtual conferences is live streamed. You can ask questions too. You still can win the different things that we're giving away. And then if you can't attend it, everybody gets an automatic replay link anyway. So you can watch it later if for some reason you miss it. Okay. You will also get a copy on the virtual. You don't get a workbook. We give you a copy of a sample loan closing, and then it's a few little, attachments that we'll email you that will go along with the training. Okay. Dun dun dun. So the NNA test, we do recommend, and we train you how to pass that exam in the training as well. We're not coming to DC right now. Didn't we just go to DC?
No.
Oh no, I went to DC for myself. I'm sorry. We didn't go for the training. I don't shred documents unless they need to be shredded. I did not use his course. But I don't shred documents unless they need to be shredded. Okay, here we go. I'm using my wrong mouse here. All right. There's a lot of questions on YouTube, so I'm going to try and catch as many as I can, okay? And then we're going to do our giveaway. Is it true that I need to be a notary bond before submitting my notary application to the state? Depends on your state. A lot of states, if you do need a surety bond or a notary bond, you do have to get it and submit proof of that with your application. I do offer general notary course in the training. General notary work training in the course. My first appointment, I actually wasn't nervous. If you watch my YouTube video, the ladies, I don't know. I'm not really afraid of a lot of things except for heights. But I wasn't scared. I'm a people person anyway. I love talking to people. It's one of my things. I can pretty much finagle myself through any kind of situation. So I wasn't scared. And plus she sent me a PowerPoint of how to go through a loan closing. And so I wasn't scared to do it. I wasn't nervous. I just said, okay, this seems simple enough. I can do this. Maryland rates are super low. It doesn't. So the rates, guys, it's really important to point out. What your state is allowing you to charge per seal is not what you get paid for loan closings. When you do a loan closing, the major difference is that's what they call the loan signing agent or notary signing agent, because you're not simply acting as a notary. So that fee, whatever it is per seal, does not apply. So when someone comes to you and they bring you a power of attorney and they say, can you notarize this? You're acting as a notary. They pass you the page, you check their ID, you stamp it, you notarize, fill out, whatever, give it back to them, right? That's it. When you're working as a loan signing agent, you're doing so much more. You're actually working for the lender or the title company. And so there's so much more you're required to do. For one, calling and scheduling the appointment with the borrower if it's not already scheduled, going over what they need at the appointment, setting the appointment if it's not already set, right? Driving to this person's house, going over loan documents, notarizing documents, calling if they're having questions with the borrower or with their documents to their loan officer, collecting IDs, leaving from there, scanning or faxing back a copy of those documents if it's required, and then shipping those documents to the lender. There's so much more required, and that is why those state fees do not apply with loan closings. Okay, it's a big question I always get. They do not apply because you're doing so much more than you would have normally done just doing a general notary work kind of thing. Okay. So I don't do face-to-face trainings unless you come to you want me to do a training in Baltimore. Yeah, so I don't do any one-on-one coachings in person. I do them virtually. But I do see you guys face-to-face at the actual conferences. So if you register for the conference, I will see you face-to-face there.
Question.
Go ahead.
Someone says, can you start signing up for services while waiting for your notary commission?
No, because they're going to ask you for a copy of your notary commission certificate. So it's kind of pointless because you're not going to have anything to submit to them. So you would want to wait till you actually get your commission. Can you have an open schedule to do signings like anytime after? Yes, you can. So like before I quit my job, guys, I was working at a call center, and what I did was whenever I was at work for 2 weeks to a month, I added up how much money I was missing, being what I was declining or what I was not accepting because I was at work. And once me being at work for a month, once I was at work missing more money than I was making at work, it was when I quit my job. So I said, okay, I'm missing more money being here. And the crazy part is I was there 8 to 10 hours a day, making a certain amount of money. And now I'm making that same money in 2 or 3 hours. 2 to 3 signings about an hour, right? Give or take. Or that same money in an hour, really, hour or two, really. Because most people, when you first start up in an entry-level job, you make it now, I think the average is $10 an hour? I don't know. It depends on your state. So let's not go with numbers. I know different states have different, what's it called?
Minimum wages.
Thank you. Minimum wage. I love her. She's awesome. So it just depends on where you are. But once I started making enough money, once I was missing more money being at work, was when I quit my job. Okay. So the other things, I don't pay for listings. So the only listing I ever pay for is 123 Notary. And if you want to, you can get an NNA membership. And anything outside of that, I don't pay for. So that trying to answer your question without answering your question directly, because I don't call companies and say that this company's bad, this company's bad. I won't say that, but I just say I don't pay for listings except for 123 Notary and the NNA membership if you want it. Okay. The virtual training on the website. So if you want to do the virtual conference, it's that at the top of the home page. That's where you pick the conference you want to attend. And it'll say virtual or in person. You just pick the state, and it has a state there. The thing there shows you the state and the date, okay? And then you pick virtual in person. If you want to do the training program, you scroll down to the bottom and it says training courses, and that will take you to where you can buy the actual training bundles. That's the online self-paced training program. That also includes the live webinar trainings that we do on Sundays. If you can't make the live trainings, you can watch the replay, okay? And we do that 3 Sundays out of the month because I need a break too, right? And the e-notary training, we do provide you with the notary seal. So the e-notary seal that you're going to use in their platforms. You're going to the conference? Yay! It's the promo solely for the bundle. So you can use it for the all-inclusive bundle or the notary signing agent bundle. It won't work for the individual courses. So there's 2 bundles on there you can use it for. Or for the e-notary training. No, you should. I don't. It's so weird. It's like awkward. I don't recommend. I don't feel like you need any other training. So Tiffany, this training is enough. If you want, you guys always put me in a sticky situation of how to answer your questions. But this training, I think, is enough to help you become successful. Yes, you don't need any other training. We're actually working on adding content for the attorney state information for how you do loan closings there. So stay tuned for that. All right, let me see what I'm missing. Apprehensive about putting on a Google business page while no experience. Any advice for getting general notary work? You don't need experience for general notary work. No one's looking for you to have experience. This is just people in your community. No one cares. They like to see reviews, but people will still call you without reviews. So don't worry about that. And I do train in the training how to get that Google business page up and high on that listing too. There's lots of ways to get notifications for appointments, and we go over all that in the training because there's a lot of ways to do it. Thank you. I said I've personal for meeting people. I'm looking for a mentor in the DMV area. Oh, that's not for me.
Someone said it's their business in Georgia.
There is, which is an attorney state, so you do it differently. You have to go through attorneys to do your closings. So that's a difference. So like in any other state, we go through attorneys and title companies. But in attorney states, title companies aren't allowed to do their closing. So it's just attorneys. So every state allows for attorneys to do closings. There's only like, I think 4 states left, 4 or 5 states left. That's still only attorney. Hopefully they change that soon. But it's attorney and title company in every other state. In Georgia and other attorney-only states. Virginia is not an attorney state. And be careful where you guys are getting your information from, because people are like messaging and say, well, I saw this online. Virginia is not an attorney state. A lot of places used to be attorney states. They're not anymore, okay? You can be dual commissioned in multiple states. You just have to apply with each individual state. Congratulations, guys. Everyone's getting approved for the notary commission. Congratulations. We are coming to Maryland. You have to look at the website. I forgot what day it was. Where are you located? We're in Virginia. What do you use for schedule? I got you already, right?
Yeah.
So you go to Notary to Notary. We pinned it on the conversation. Go to notarytonotary.com to register for the training. All right, we're going to do our giveaway in just a second. My account, I went over this. I don't know what I did. All right. I want to sign up for the training, which is in an attorney state. It depends what state you're in, guys, because every state's not an attorney state. So if you don't know, you can send me an email, because every state is not an attorney state. And don't go by what you just read online. You can check there with your notary commissioning office. They should be able to tell you. But you said you're in Virginia, or you want to register in Virginia. So North Carolina is not an attorney state. What's above North Carolina? Maryland?
Virginia.
What I said? North Carolina's not an attorney state. Maryland's not an attorney state, right? Maryland's not an attorney state. Maryland has title companies. They can't be an attorney state. No, they're not. They do title producer license too. So Maryland's not an attorney state. What's to the left?
Like West Virginia.
I don't know West Virginia. I have to look it up. But I think whatever state you're in, you'll probably be fine. My mom's doing really well. So if you guys don't know, if you're on the YouTube membership channel, my mom's doing the journey too. So she's all set up. Basically, she has to do her NNA certification next. So I have to do her, get her video done for that. Her NA cert and Google business page is next. But this week she'll be ready to rock and roll and starting on her Google business situation. So I'm taking my mom. They just started like 2 weeks ago, from no commission to being a 6-figure earner in 3 months. So we are well on the way to getting her there. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Do you have to be a resident in other states if you don't live in that state? Do you have to be a resident in other states if you don't live in that state? It depends on where you apply to. So some states just say you have to work there. Some states say you need an actual address. Depends on the application. Okay, so let's do this giveaway. So this giveaway, how am I out of time? Oh, I'm doing good. Okay, so we're going to do a giveaway. You guys know I do giveaways. It's for a gift card. And Ashley actually had the question. I don't remember. What was it again?
It is.
Oh, I know. Okay, so this is actually from the training itself, but if you may know, if you're in the training, I know you should know because we went over this in the training. If you're not in the training, you may still know if you work as a loan signing agent already, because then you'll have an idea of what. Okay, I got your message too. We will set that up. I am not I am live daily, just on different channels. It's definitely in the training, so we're gonna go over. Maryland requires, okay. So Maryland's not an attorney state. Maryland's not. They have title companies, right? I'm trying to think. Yeah, because you can get your title producer's license. So Maryland's not an attorney state. So an attorney state means that only an attorney can conduct loan closings. Now, okay, let me rephrase that. Attorney states. So basically, you have a lender and you have a lender like a Bank of America or Wells Fargo, and you have John. And John wants to go to Wells Fargo and get a loan for a house, right? So there always has to be a middle person to handle the transaction, to be that middle person that does all the title searches and they do all the money moving around and things like that. It's like called a trustee. That there's always a middle person, always. And so that middle person is either an attorney or it's a title company, okay? If you're in a state that it's an attorney, only an attorney can fill that slot. If you're not in an attorney state, then a title company can fill that slot. Or with a title producer, it's a whole process. But yeah, a title company can fill that spot. So if a title company can fill that spot and not an attorney, you are not in an attorney state. Okay, that's what that means. Okay, here we go. So this is the giveaway. So the giveaway is for a gift card, $25 gift card. It should be Office Depot, I think. And we're gonna do this the question comes off of our training, but if you already work as a notary signing agent, you probably already know this. And I'm gonna give it to the first person. Oh, how am I gonna see who answers first? All right, let's see. All right, here, that way I can see on all the platforms the comment section. And whoever answers first, and guys, don't beat me up. It goes by whoever pops up first on the thingy, okay? Pops up first on the thingy. So I'm at the bottom of the chats for everybody. So we're going to see who answers first, okay? So the question is and this is about loan closings, okay? What document is required as of a law that was passed, I don't know, 5 or 7 years ago to be sent, maybe 5 years ago, 3 to 5. What document is required to be sent to the borrower at least 3 days before they close on their loan? Oh, there it is. That was fast. She got it. Letitia Naomi got it. So send me a message to info@notarytonotary.com. That was so fast. But so what documents required to be sent out to the borrower at least 3 days before they close was the question. Okay. So, and the answer was the closing disclosure. It has to be sent out at least 3 days before you close. Now that's the law, but they don't follow it. Put that out there. It is definitely not followed. So send me that, Letitia, to info@notarytonotary.com so we can send that out to you. It's supposed to be sent out, but it's not. The right to cancel comes in their closing documents. The closing documents do not have to be sent out 3 days before. And the reason why they did that was because they wanted to have the borrower enough time to review their loan terms. But if you're a loan signing agent, you can see that I'm just reading all your questions. You can see that you get sent docs 2 hours before closing. They're not even done. So sometimes they don't get a copy of the closing notice beforehand. Some companies are very good at doing that. Like Amrock is very good about doing that, which is essentially Quicken. It's very good at doing that, but a lot of them don't do it. And the first time the borrower gets a copy, it's at the signing table. But that is the law. They are supposed to get it 3 days before they close. So that way, you know. Okay, guys. So send me an email at info@notarytonotary.com so we can and just put your address on it. It makes it easier. So I'm gonna do is email you back for your address. Put your address on the email. That way we can send you out that information. Letitia Naomi. So stay tuned, guys. You guys know I do giveaways all the time. We're actually picking another member of the month for YouTube next week. So you guys know we do a big giveaway every month for member of the month for YouTube. If you're a member, not just a subscriber, an actual member, we do that giveaway every month. Okay, guys. So Let me make sure I'm not missing any comments. Doo-doo-doo. You do need to do a name change if you got married and your name change. Just update it with the state. Depends on your state. Most states want you to update your name, but just depends on, what you got going on. Okay, you don't have to be present for the YouTube giveaway. We just give it away. I go live and we talk about things, and then I announce the winner, and then I post it on social media. So you will get a post about that. There is a payment option on there, but for the trainings, but it won't work with the discount. So you can do the payment plan or you can do the discount. Either one is fine. Okay, and make sure, guys, when you join the training, go to our Facebook group, because the Facebook group is all the students in there, and I love this group because everyone's really supportive. And you find people in your area. You guys can network, you can ask questions, you can post, documents, different things like that, where people can give you advice on what to do. We put different signing companies in there that are good to work for. There's a lot of benefits to being on the Facebook group, okay? Is making good money still possible during COVID? Yes, people ask me that all the time. Is money slow? Money has definitely boomed since COVID. E-Notary has boomed because everyone's working from home. And then everyone's refinancing for the low rate. So there's it's booming everywhere. It was always booming, but now it's like double booming. Like people who are closing on loans now, normally people apply for a refi, they can close in like a month, 2 months. People are closing on applications they did 6 months ago, 5 months ago, because it's so backed up and it's so delayed. So everyone's refining. There's so many jobs out there for you guys. So just stay the course. And then you already said how much money you want to make a month. You said that 10,000, 5,000, 20,000, 50,000 was one. Okay, so you just have to follow the steps and you can definitely do it. It's not hard. It's a system. The system works if you work it. If I can make $1,000 a day, you can make $1,000 a day too. There's nothing extra super special about me. It was like, okay, I am super special, but there's nothing extra different about me when it comes to loan closings. If I can make $1,000 a day, you can make $1,000 a day. Okay, it's not hard. I put my system in there in the training for you. Follow the steps and you will be fine. The Facebook page is public. The Facebook group is private. So that when you go to join the group, it asks you for the email that you use to register for the training, because we're going to match it up with the training, and then everyone who's in the training can get into the Facebook group. Okay. All right, guys. So that is all. The clock on the wall. You guys are awesome. I look forward to helping all of you guys be successful. You guys all said you wanted to make 6 figures, because most of it pretty works up to 6 figures. Just make sure you guys take the training. And how much should you charge for remote? So charging for e-notary is different, and I go over that a lot through the training. I can't explain that right now. Unfortunately, but if you do the training, I can help you. So yeah, if you're in Georgia, just give me like a week. I'm actually partnering with an actual it's a notary signing company down there, a notary signing nonprofit or something that's helping notaries out there. Anyway, they're really cool. And so I'm working with them to get some training put together for you guys. I just haven't got it set up yet. But like I said, if you're in Georgia, you want to network with attorneys. Okay. So where we network with title companies mostly, you're networking with attorneys. Okay. You can still conduct loan closings, but you have to do it under the supervision of an attorney. Okay. All right, guys. So that is all since the clock on the wall. Who's hating? I've been researching becoming a notary, and I was telling my husband about how lucrative it is. He brought up that banks do it for free. So this is the main thing, guys. People will always say that. So banks do it for free. Funeral homes do it sometimes. UPS does it for $5. They're doing general notary work, okay? General notary work, you're making your money from people who don't want to go out. This is what I always say. People say, well, but the bank does it for free. Why would people pay to go to you? You order pizza, right? Do you get it? Do you go pick it up all the time, or do you get delivery? You got to pay to have it delivered. But you pay to have it delivered because you want that service. You don't feel like getting up and going to Papa John's and going to get pizza, right? Same concept. A lot of times people either they can't leave their house for medical reasons, or they don't want to leave their house. I do a lot of general notary work for people who are like business executives, and they're at work and they don't feel like leaving it. They can just come to me. A lot of people pay for luxury. Okay, that's one, general notary work. 2, loan closings. Banks are not doing loan closings. You can't notarize your own loan anyway. So if the loan officer has a notary, that they can't do it anyway. So they're not doing that. And a lot of times the banks that you're going into, that's not even where the mortgage is happening. A lot of banks have their own mortgage office somewhere, not like the one that you go up to the drive-through. There's actual, like, I don't know how you call it, but actual mortgage offices that do all the loans and prepare all the documents where your underwriters are. That's what I mean, where your underwriters are, okay? And so those need people. A lot of times people go into banks. So what happens is they send their loans to us or to whoever's closing, and people go to the bank. But now people want to close at home. It's like a customer service thing. Like, oh, we want you to be, and then they can close loans so much faster because people are at home. So if you're at home, we'll just come to you. Don't worry, we'll get it done really quick, right? And then so that is a common thing, but that's for people who don't know all that goes into the notary business. So there's a lot more that you can do. And banks don't do all kinds of documents. Why? I have to go to court tomorrow because one of my wills that I notarized got contested. It happens sometimes. And that being said, banks don't want to get into all that. There's a lot of banks who will tell you, we don't do power of attorneys, we don't do divorce papers, we don't do this, and we don't do that. Because as a notary, if anything you sign gets contested, guess what? You got to show up in court, and no one's paying you to do that. You have to show up in court, and you have to verify what you did. Did this person come before you? Did they present ID? Were they of sound mind? Things like that. Hold on a second, guys. Did I just put you on blast, actually? My computer was dying. They don't want to do all that. Like FedEx used to do notarizations. They don't do that anymore for the same reason. UPS still does them, but a lot of people don't want to get involved with that, with things getting contested. And so if anything gets contested, you got to go to court, right? So they don't want to deal with all that. But yeah, so that's all. But hopefully court tomorrow will be quick and easy. All I have to do is go in there and say, yes, she did. She was of sound mind. Everything is fine. She did sign it. And goodbye. Hopefully I get to go up there first. So that way I don't have to listen to everybody else talk. But it's okay. Either way, I'll be fine. So that is all, guys. You guys are super awesome. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. We are going to do our YouTube member of the month next week. And you guys know I go on live on Instagram all the time and Facebook. You guys are the best ever. So I will see you guys. If you're in the training, I will see you on Sunday. Oh, that's awesome about California. They're raising their notary rate. That's awesome. I'm trying to see last comments before I get off of here this morning, guys. Yeah, you definitely are paying for convenience. Well, it's afternoon. Okay, so register for the training at notarytonotary.com. Promo code last chance and last chance 1. And until next time, the conferences are at notarytonotary.com too, guys. Okay, so make sure you write down action step, guys. Write down how much money you want to make every month. Break it down to how much you need to do a week. And then you can see how many signings you need to have each week. So that way you can set those goals for yourself. Okay. And then when you start seeing it come in, you can say, oh my God, look, it's working. Yay. Okay. All right, guys. So I am super excited to see everyone in Florida. If you bought tickets for Florida, I will see you next week on Saturday. Until next time, happy signing. All right. So it's going to take me a minute to close off all these screens. So before I close them off, hey, you guys are the best ever. You know that? I really enjoy all of my students, and all of you guys are always really sweet. And I just love helping you guys. I love helping you become successful. So it's all a blast for me. It is all a blast for me. You guys are the super, super best. Super, super best.